Okay, Oval fans, this comes from Variety.com. A link to the article will be provided in the comments below. BET Original Series dominates the list of top cable shows among black audiences, according to Nielsen ratings. When Tyler Perry and BET partnered back in 2019 to create content for both the cable network and BET Plus, they had a clear goal: cooperation rather than competition. BET CEO Scott Mills compares BET's relationship with Perry to how Pixar changed the animation game for Disney. If BET by analogy is to black viewers what Disney is to families, then when Tyler Perry came up on the scene, it's similar to when Pixar came onto the scene. Well, if you look at Disney and how much money they lost in 2023, I don't know. Okay, anyway, back to the article. Disney had an animation business that was just shocked by the extraordinary success of Pixar. Disney ultimately had this great vision that, as opposed to competing with Pixar, they should bring Pixar to their side. Instead of the divide and conquer, their joined forces combined and they expanded together. According to ratings, it's been a recipe for success. I mean, I'm not going to lie though. If you look at the ratings, go to Wikipedia and just type in The Oval. And then if you scroll down, when it gets to the episode sections by seasons, look at the ratings for season 5. They are not that great. I mean, they're like, 600,000 people, but most of the episodes are like a 0.5, which is like 500,000. So honestly, I don't really know exactly how good views are. What's considered good, what's considered bad. But later in the article, it even talks about the different ratings. Okay. I'll get to that. I'm like one paragraph away. So it just continues to talk about the success of their partnership with Perry. There's this ownership of me from my audience, and it's been that way since I've been on stage. I'm brother, cousin, uncle, husband, friend to my audience, and we share this kindred relationship. The way that I'm speaking to my audience is the way that I want shows to speak to me. I want to be entertained this kind of way. Here's where we get to the numbers. Not Sixers. Sister season 6 returned October 18th. It averaged around 936,000 viewers this fall, followed by Zatima, which reached 630,000 viewers. Now remember, this is when old Zatima, if you got BET Plus, Zatima episodes that air on BET can be considered old / reruns. So Zatima, which if I remember correctly, we would get an episode of Sisters and then Zatima would air right after that. Zatima episodes would average 630,000 views, which is a noticeable dip of about 300,000 after Sisters, but at the same time, that's still an impressive number because of the time slot, which is 10 p.m. Because a lot of people tell me like, man, I got to work or I got to go to school, but I struggle. I make it through Sisters from 9 to 10, and then I go to sleep, or I catch your live stream when you do it, Jeremy, or I just watch it the next day at work. But from there, we got The Oval, attracted 589,000 viewers with its season 5 return on October 17th. So you can tell that Sisters almost had double the amount of views as The Oval. Now, granted, The Oval comes on Tuesday night, so that could be one reason, or that not as many people are interested in the show. And remember that The Oval season 5 continues January 2nd, and if I remember correctly, Zatima season 2 is going to start airing episodes after The Oval. So maybe BET is doing that to try to help boost The Oval's ratings. Maybe. But yeah, The Oval the views really aren't, I mean, they're obviously getting a noticeable amount of views, but the ratings aren't that great. The Oval is starting to slip down to the levels of House of Pain and Assisted Living in terms of viewership. I'm just telling the truth. And speaking of which, the article goes on to list how it compares to the other shows on BET. According to Nielsen ratings, both Sisters and The Oval rank as number 1 and number 4 on linear among black audiences ages 2 and up between July and October. Also included are in the top 10 Miss Pat Settles It, 612,000 viewers, House of Pain, 499,000, First Wives Club, 412,000, Assisted Living, 404,000, The Miss Pat Show at the bottom there at 398,000. The second airing window of the Miss Pat show was recorded during this viewing window, which likely contributed to viewership numbers ranking below its leading ladies newly launched series, which is kind of cool when you think about it. Yeah, 398,000 is low by comparison, but the fact that the new Miss Pat show, Miss Pat Settles It, is a greater series overall in terms of ratings is great. Plus, when it comes to streaming services, I have no idea what the numbers are. So the Miss Pat show could definitely still be doing just amazing on the BET Plus platform, but it pales in comparison to the views it gets on the BET network as a whole. But regardless, yeah, the Oval, it those numbers now, remember, it was the premiere of the Oval that got 589,000, but as the season continued, it's been averaging, over 500,000 views, with a couple of episodes being at, 600,000. So overall, it's ahead of like House of Pain, Assisted Living, but the new Miss Pat show, the court show, it's outdoing it. So I don't know. Other than that, I'm not going to read the entire article to you. It just pretty much lists off various spin-offs that Tyler Perry has created from, like the Oval and Sisters, and it talks about, just his career in general. So the article is pretty straightforward. So again, I applaud the Oval for doing so well. I mean, like the article says, the data reveals that the show has recorded over 10 billion minutes viewed in multi-platform viewing across its 5 seasons. And that's a culmination of every episode so far. 10 billion minutes is nothing to shake a stick at, but I can't remember the number off the top of my head, but I think the Madea Homecoming film alone got like a billion or a couple billion minutes viewed during its first weekend on the platform. So just keep that in mind. So yeah, I applaud the Oval for hitting 100 episodes and, up 10 billion minutes viewed. But overall, it's like not doing as hot as it used to during those first couple seasons. So we'll see how things unfold as the series continues on. I mean, because when you look at the numbers mentioned in the article, like Assisted Living, a 0.4 in terms of like 400,000, and House of Pain being very, very close to 0.5, 500,000 views per week. You wonder how many seasons these shows can go on where the ratings are that low. But hey, I'm not the one who runs the network, so I really can't tell what's considered good or bad. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.